London, the jockeying to succeed Boris Johnson as Prime Minister was underway even before he announced his resignation on Thursday. There will be no general election. Instead, the next leader of Britain will be chosen in a vote by dues-paying members of the Conservative Party, which will remain in power. Although Johnson is under pressure to let someone else serve as caretaker Prime Minister, he said he would serve until a new leader is in place, which could take 6 weeks or longer. Any Conservative lawmaker can put themselves forward for the role, provided they receive nominations from at least 2 colleagues. The party holds several rounds of secret ballot votes to whittle down the field, eliminating the person with the fewest votes each time. The final 2 candidates are then put before the grassroots members of the party, a group of about 200,000. They select the winner. Here are some of the top contenders.
Penny Mordaunt. Penny Mordaunt, 49, is a junior trade minister who first became a member of parliament in 2010. She has held a number of roles in government. In 2019, Mordaunt, a former Royal Navy reservist, became Britain's first female defence secretary. Johnson sacked her from that position shortly after he became Prime Minister. She had backed Jeremy Hunt, Johnson's rival, in the 2019 leadership contest. She re-entered government a year later and was broadly seen to have been supportive of Johnson. An arch-Brexiteer, Mordaunt could appeal to the Brexit wing of the party. She is best known outside of politics for having appeared in a now-defunct reality show. Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace, the defense secretary for the past 3 years, was among senior ministers who urged Johnson to step down Thursday. But Wallace himself has not resigned, citing an obligation to keep this country safe, no matter who is PM. When asked during a Washington Post live event in May about polling that showed him as the people's favorite to replace Johnson, Wallace said, "I'm so uninterested in a pitch for leadership. I doubt I'd want to be Prime Minister, but I am a politician, so you can read that answer as you'd like." Wallace, 52, has been a member of Parliament since 2005 and before that was a member of Scotland's devolved Parliament. He attended the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst and was commissioned as an officer in the Scots Guards in his 20s. He served in Northern Ireland, Germany, Cyprus and Central America. Rishi Sunak. The former Chancellor of the Exchequer, Britain's top finance minister, was a front-runner to replace Johnson until a scandal over his billionaire heiress wife's tax affairs earlier this year. His handling of the runaway inflation that sparked a cost-of-living crisis also caused Sunak's popularity to plummet. Along with his mentor, former Health Secretary Sajid Javid, he sparked the start of cabinet resignations when he stepped down Tuesday. Sunak, 42, became Chancellor in 2020 just as the coronavirus pandemic began, moving into the official residence next door to Johnson's on Downing Street. He was first elected to Parliament in 2015 and had been dubbed Dishy Rishi by some British tabloids because of his charismatic presentations and slick use of social media. "My parents sacrificed a great deal so I could attend good schools," Sunak, whose parents are immigrants with Indian roots, wrote on his official website. He attended the prestigious boarding school Winchester College, then Oxford and Stanford universities. He worked in finance at Goldman Sachs and other companies before co-founding an investment firm, and he has said he believes in free enterprise and innovation to ensure future prosperity.
Liz Truss. Liz Truss, Britain's first Tory female foreign secretary, was quiet in the early stages of political turmoil this week. But she cut short a group of 20 working trip in Indonesia on Thursday to fly back to Britain. After Johnson stepped down, she tweeted, "The PM has made the right decision," and she called for calmness and unity now and to keep governing while a new leader is found. Truss has generally won applause in Britain for her handling of the Ukraine war, and has been a target of criticism from Russia. Although she opposed the Brexit referendum in 2016, she has since said she regrets that vote, and she has been a prominent voice for the argument that Britain needs to rewrite the provisions on Northern Ireland in its post-Brexit trade agreement. As Prime Minister, she likely wouldn't offer the European Union the improved relationship its leaders are hoping for. Truss, 46, entered Parliament in 2010 and previously served as Minister for Women and Equalities, as well as working in the ministries overseeing education, the environment and justice. Jeremy Hunt. A former Foreign Secretary and Health Minister, Hunt has managed big portfolios, but he was relegated to the backbench of Parliament after he lost to Johnson in a 2019 bid to lead the Conservative Party. He has been an outspoken critic of Johnson and pushed for a vote of no confidence in June to oust him. Hunt chairs an influential committee that scrutinizes the government's management of healthcare and has been praised by some British media outlets as a steady hand. A member of Parliament since 2005, Hunt, 55, has in-depth institutional knowledge of the party and climbed the political ranks under Prime Minister David Cameron. But his career has not been without bumps. As health minister before the coronavirus pandemic hit, he was known for a protracted dispute with junior doctors and medical staffers over their pay and working conditions. He went on to become Foreign Secretary in 2018 and handled political clashes with Iran and China. The Oxford-educated Hunt was a Remainer in the Brexit debate. Sajid Javid. Sajid Javid, as Health Secretary, oversaw the latter stages of Britain's pandemic response. He was the first cabinet minister to flee Johnson's government on Tuesday, writing in his resignation letter that he could no longer continue in good conscience. In Parliament the next day, he said, "At some point, we have to conclude that enough is enough. I believe that point is now." Javid, 52, was born in Britain to Pakistani immigrant parents. Unlike others around the cabinet table, he attended a state school rather than receiving a fee-paying education. He studied economics and politics at the University of Exeter in southwest England. He worked in finance, including as a vice president at Chase Manhattan Bank at age 25, before becoming a member of parliament in 2010. He served as Interior Minister, and before Sunak he was Chancellor of the Exchequer, but quit amid differences with Johnson's then-aide Dominic Cummings. Tom Tugendhat. Tom Tugendhat, 49, is largely known as an outspoken backbench lawmaker and critic of Johnson's. He has been a member of parliament since 2015 and is chair of the influential Commons Foreign Affairs Select Committee. Before joining politics, he worked as a journalist in Lebanon and served in the British Army. During a decade-long military career, he worked in Iraq and Afghanistan. Tugendhat is known for tough foreign policy positions and has called for a more critical British policy toward Beijing. He was placed under personal sanctions by China in 2021, along with other members of parliament. Tugendhat comes from a prominent political family in Britain. His father is a High Court judge, and his uncle is a member of the House of Lords. His mother's side of the family is French, as is Tugendhat's wife, and his father-in-law is a French diplomat. Tugendhat is Catholic, though he has Jewish ancestry and has complained of anti-Semitic attacks during his 2019 re-election campaign. Tugendhat backed Johnson's political rival Michael Gove in the 2019 Conservative Party leadership election.
Others. Other names being mentioned for the premiership include the new Chancellor, Nadim Zahawi, and recently fired Minister and longtime Johnson frenemy Gove. Attorney General Suella Braverman also said late Thursday that she would mount a leadership bid, although she remains a junior member of Johnson's government.